Hey there, everybody! So first things first, you're all probably wondering, why does this set look all nice and pretty at the moment? That's because I'm filming for something else, and I said, I look really pretty right now, and I have other videos that I want to shoot, so might as well just get them done while I look all nice. So you're getting this set for this. But for today's video, I want to do a quick review on a series that recently released on YouTube called PsychOdyssey. Basically, I kind of want to evangelize for this series because I thought it was incredibly cool, and I don't think a ton of people in my sphere probably have heard about it, but I think many of you might actually really like it. Because what PsychOdyssey is a 32-episode documentary series that is all available here on YouTube about the behind the scenes and the creation of one of my favorite video games of 2022, Psychonauts 2. Like, legitimately, if you have not played Psychonauts 2, I think it's a fantastic game, one of the best platformers I ever played, and it was such a great video game to talk about, like, mental health in a strange, funny, cartoony, and yet meaningful way. Like, legitimately, go play Psychonauts 2 if you have not played it. But there was a documentary crew that followed the entire development team at Double Fine through, I believe, the 7 years it took to make the game, and PsychOdyssey is the fruition of that. A 32-episode series that just lets you see the entire beginning to end of a game production in a way that I have never seen in terms of the detail that they go into and the nuances and the back and forth in a project like this. Like, I binged this entire series, and it was kind of wild to just, like, see the progression from everyone sort of, like, thinking about, like, ideas for the story, trying to pitch concepts for characters, them worrying about getting funding for the project, like doing a Kickstarter, them worrying about creating, like, a trailer before they even had a game for the Game Awards announcements, and then progressing just through the series and seeing them, like, struggle with coming up with, like, level concepts, or, like, frustrations with bugs, or some of the actual, like, infighting that occurred because of frustrations during the production. And that's actually part of the documentary that I was really shocked and surprised that they went into detail with, which is there are some episodes where you really get to see a lot of the team be deeply frustrated with each other. It's a very frank look at the entire process that I'm actually kind of shocked that Double Fine was open to sharing, because there's some stuff in there that's like, yeah, people left the project because they felt like it wasn't doing what they wanted to do, and it can get dark at certain points. Now, I want to be very clear, I love Double Fine, and there's no section of the like documentary where you get to see, like, really horrible practices that you hear about from places like Activision Blizzard and stuff like that. Like, those companies, what they do to their employees in a lot of ways is deeply unexcusable. More I'm seeing in this documentary is just the natural frustrations that come out of making something creative under certain pressures, like monetary stuff, time pressure, working with other people who may have different ideas than you, and just seeing those, like, butting heads in sometimes ways that are productive, sometimes destructive, is just part of the creative process that was stressful to see, but really intriguing to watch. And that doesn't mean that there aren't other things that come out of this documentary that I thought were, like, points that you could talk about further, about, like, the time crunch that many developers feel, even in production companies that are trying to avoid crunch culture specifically, because it's just baked into the industry. And I thought that it was just a really revealing look at all of that. I'm also a big fan of Tim Schafer. I got to interview him once for a video I did with GameSpot, so we're best buddies now. He and I are just best of friends. No, I got to talk to him once. He was very nice. And I just love his work and his games. So getting to see this documentary and just reveal more of that, I thought was really, really cool. There's also some really cool, like, stories that you'll find within the documentary, just within the grander Psychonauts 2 story, which is there was actually a director of photography on the documentary who, during Double Fine's, like, yearly what they call Amnesia Fortnight, where they just sort of, like, everyone in the company stops what they're doing and just pitches a game that they're going to make for 2 weeks. The DP actually pitched a game. It actually got chosen to be made during that Amnesia Fortnight sort of time period, and then the game that they made actually went on to inspire one of my personal favorite levels in Psychonauts 2. So it's just, like, these weird little stories that you see in the background of development, and, like, how different things sort of come together to make a whole game when you have so many people working on different aspects of it. It was just really, really cool to watch, and it was even cooler to just see this about a game that I really loved when it came out a year and change ago. So all that being said, what I will say is if you are at all interested in game development, whether you're just interested in game development generally or you want to go into game development, I think that this series is like a must-watch for you. If you are, interested in cool stories about something unique that you have, you don't often hear about or don't get this sort of access to, I also think this series is right for you. The only people that I wouldn't say this is for is if you have really no interest in game development, or it's a little long for you, because this is 32 episodes focused mostly in like boardrooms and behind the scenes stuff. It's like the same visuals a lot of the time in terms of what you're looking at in the documentary. So it can get a little bit samey in terms of its just visual style and look, which is kind of funny considering what Psychonauts is. But that being said, that's probably my only negative in terms of this. Is a little long and can be a little visually stagnant, once you get deep into it. But if you're all interested in the topic or it's something that intrigues you, I would definitely say give this series a chance, because I think it was something I think really, really cool and something I haven't ever really seen before, at least at this scale and with this access that this documentary showcased. So, PsychOdyssey, I really liked it. I recommend it to all of you. And if you saw it, let me know what you thought. I'd love to know all your thoughts down in the comments below. But beyond all of that, I hope you all, my friends, live long and prosper. It's really hard to hold up the sign here when there's this screen here. There's not a lot of room.